They say, "Lil' number, where you been at? I'm just passing the breeze. I've been running up a check, that's why these bitches on me. I've been coolin', laying low, but I'm not taking the seat. But just know a nigga back in this time I won't leave. I've been running, gotta check me your bag. I got hundreds on my neck and I got shoes on my ass. Nigga said I'm going broke while I just take it and laugh. I be speeding in that foreign with 5 on my.
Alright everybody, welcome back to the channel, man. Today we're gonna be reacting to Bloodhound Lil, Chicago legend, or viral Crashout. We're gonna react to this shit, man. I just saw another video about Lil Jeff like 20 minutes ago, and I saw this shit. I'm like, alright, man, I haven't made a video on YouTube in a while, so let's go ahead and drop this shit. Let's get it. So y'all seen this shit firsthand, baby. Let's get it, let's go. But quickly, please hit the subscribe button. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, man. I appreciate y'all. Let's get it.
When it comes to Lil Jeff and his alleged bodies, the rumours and theories tend to range from the absurd, suggesting that he's truly a demon catching all of these bodies, to pretty much complete denial that he ever killed anyone at all. But there's no doubt to me that Jeff was really in these streets though, with several videos circulating on Q50's Instagram years later showing that by 2024, Lil Jeff was indeed a hardened gangster riding around the city, constantly strapped with guns, ready to kill at a moment's notice. However, it would seemingly be a process of several years before he would become the hardened gang member he was known as today. In one of the earliest YouTube videos covering Jeff's alleged bodies, his rumored murder spree stretches all the way back to September 2014, with his first alleged body supposedly being an 18-year-old who went by the name Mally Marl, real name Kamal Burton, who was allegedly affiliated with the H-Ray mob. Although the murder itself would take place in the far south side in the Old Geld Gardens community, at the time Jeff would have barely been a 12-year-old boy, seemingly gifted in basketball. He would have been spending most of his days training for a career in the sport. Also,
12? Oh, hell nah.
According to a CPD spokesperson, Marl was approached.
12 is crazy. Bro, what was I doing when I was 12? I don't even know, gang. I was just being a kid. That's insane, bro. What the fuck?
By two men who then opened
Damn.
fire. The idea of a scrawny 12-year-old Jeff being mistaken for a...
Hey, hold on. Around 9:40 p.m., the man was walking with another man on the sidewalk. Okay, hold on. Two armed men wearing black hooded sweatshirts walked up to them and fired shots. Damn.
Approached by two men who then opened fire. The idea of a scrawny 12-year-old Jeff being mistaken for a grown man in this case sounding pretty unlikely.
That's
but
crazy.
For further context, even Jeff's own brother Boogie would have still only been 16 years old at the time of Marl's murder, albeit he would arguably always look older than his age. In more time, we'll likely learn much more about Jeff and his younger years as things come out, but when it comes to his deeds in the streets, it's likely much more sensible to take his own account of his childhood seriously. As he would recount in his DJU interview, Jeff would allegedly truly get in the streets quite late in his life, around 2020, this being his last year in high school and graduation.
So around what age did you jump off the porch and start hanging out in the streets?
I'm gonna say when I came outside for real, I was like 18 type.
Okay.
I just turned like 18.
However, this certainly doesn't mean...
Bro, he has like a very unique voice, like for real, like a very, very unique voice. No cap.
That Jeff's childhood was normal by any of broader society standards, as Jeff would also open up to DJU, saying that his father was not in his life growing up, as he too, quote-unquote, stood on business. This perhaps being a reference to Jeffrey Harris Sr.'s alleged time in the streets with the 068 C block.
Let's say back.
Left 7 people dead in his city before Jeff left the ops. And on the song, Vert released us. And a few months later, in March 2024, the Trap City and Lil dissing would continue as Jeff and Vert released a song and music video titled FTO, a common abbreviation for F the Ops. And on the song, Vert first raps how his old friends have become his ops now, before Jeff comes in, starting his verse with a wild opening line, saying that he left 7 people dead.
Yeah, a lot of old friends just become ops because they don't fucking, they're just bitches, man, on God.
In his city, and this time dissing Lil by name, saying how he's not giving any passes and anyone lacking is getting smoked, before saying how they're smoking on a Lil pack. Later that same month, Jeff and JB Bin Laden would release their song and music video titled Run But Can't Hide, where Jeff raps just like Vert in the previous song that he's now beefing with guys that he used to be so close with and that they used to sleep in the same bed. This would be almost word for word the same thing that Jeff's mother would allegedly tell him in a text message, where she appeared to praise him for the murders he was doing in the streets and appearing to be in awe of her son's violent reputation.
That's fucking
saying,
crazy.
"Go ahead, son. Your name ringing
That's
bells
fucking
in the streets."
crazy.
I said, "Is that my boy?" And going on to say that she loves to see him sliding on the kids who slept in the same bed as him as a child. With this old Instagram story from Jeff showing this supposed text exchange with his mother.
What the fuck? Yo, that's messed up. That's really fucked up right there. Oh, hell nah.
Going viral after his death and even getting reactions from channels like No Jumper. Dissing Lil and Trap City had now become a common occurrence in the Bloodhound's music and would continue like clockwork. In the song No Tomorrow by Q50, Jeff and a rapper called FG Red dropped with a music video in April 2024. Q50 raps how he calls the last dead op from the 67th, aka Trap City, an Uber pack. And this was once again followed by that same month with Jeff's solo song Tony Montana, where Jeff raps how they're killing their ops while the ops are throwing up L's. This once again seemingly being a direct reference to Lil, as Jeff and the Bloodhounds would also make it their habit following the death of Lil to drop L's as a diss to him. In the song 333 by Lil Jeff, Q50, and the honorary Bloodhound member Lil Scoom from a set called The Burly Boys, that would first appear online in May 2024, but would later be released after Jeff's death, together with a music video. Jeff would once again seemingly reference catching Lil inside of a car, saying how Lil saw him and realized he was stuck. Even after his death, new songs would keep coming out, where Jeff references catching someone in a drive-share car, such as one song that was aptly titled Lift, that seemingly leaked shortly after his death, where Jeff raps how he makes his ops disappear like magic and that somebody shouldn't have been driving in that lift. Jeff himself would also acknowledge that he was dissing Lil in almost every song on his posthumous album, Stepping in Blood, on the song In Your Home. There's also some rumors that Q50 had in fact
Let me know in the comments if y'all want me to react to the music videos, man, because I'll do it for y'all.
Gotten shot in the leg not long before the murder of Lil.
Bro, I feel like this video isn't recording correctly, because I tried to record a video the other day and that shit wasn't recording. Okay, it's recording. Bro, see this shit right here? These are like wall panel things. They're like stickers almost. Like you peel the back off, slap them on there. I got them from Dollar Tree. I have 5 up there right now. But what happened though was like I went to Dollar Tree again, so I was gonna get 5 one day, come back and get more to fill up this wall. But bro, they don't have them anymore. So what the fuck? So now I just have these 5 here that was just sitting there. So I can't finish the wall, which sucks, but you know, it's whatever. Back to the video.
Possibly by Trap City, with Jeff and Q50 sometimes seemingly referencing this in their songs. Meanwhile, Trap City members were mourning their loss, with even respected older members like OTF Black and Trap City Rob changing their Facebook profile pictures to pictures of Lil soon after his death. However, the death of Lil would also hit very close to home for even Jeff himself, due to his father being from the area that's now part of Trap City. And following his passing, many people who were seemingly close to Jeff's father would post their tributes to Lil. The rapper Tero, who used to be close with Vert before the beef between Drill City and Trap City, would also make a tribute to Lil in late 2023, saying how he wished he could get him back, to which Jeff would troll Tero by liking the post with an emoji that's hugging a heart. No wonder then that the very next day, Tero would repost another picture of him with Lil, this time with a message
Bro, why these guys posting on Facebook? Like, I just feel like that's just a weird place to post. I ain't gonna lie.
implying that the next year, the Bloodhounds were going to go extinct. This post, now seemingly eerily prophetic, giving what would indeed take place in 2024. But before 2023 would come to a close, 2 other people would lose their lives under mysterious circumstances, with these 2 becoming the latest victims of Lil Jeff, according to online.
Bro, all these rappers that be dying, man, the thing that happens with me is these are rappers that I rarely listen to. Like, I only listen to Jeff like a couple times. But like, same thing happened with P&B Rock, bro. The day that they die is somehow the day that I'm listening to them like the one time out of the year. Like, all right, so say with P&B Rock, I listen to him like once a year, right? And I just so happen to be listening to him on the day he died, like just hours before. Same thing with Bloodhound Lil Jeff, and same thing with Rich Homie Quan, and I think 2 or 3 others. Like, it's crazy. Like, it's so wild how I just so happen to be listening to them that same day, just like hours or minutes before. Like, just crazy.
Rumors in the early morning hours.
Cause bro, when Jeff died, bro, I was listening to "It's Bloodhound, that's the gang, bitch, you know that shit." I was listening to that shit. Like, just a little bit later, I found out about this shit. I was like, damn, bro, I was just listening to that shit. No cap.
Hours of November the 1st, 2023, a man and a woman were inside a parked car on the 8300 block of South Dorchester Avenue, which is in Mixed Mob's hood. These 2 were known in the streets as Lil Deuce, real name Donardo Buford, allegedly from a set called Foster Park, located in the
His name is what?
streets as Lil Deuce,
Donardo Buford? What the fuck?
real name Donardo Buford, allegedly from a set called Foster Park, located in the Auburn Gresham neighborhood, located in the far south side. And he was with an infamous female gangster known as D Money, real name Desiree McGee, who is allegedly affiliated with numerous sets, including the infamous Woodlawn sets like STL EBT, Jaro City, and Taekwon World, as well as the E-Block Hardaway set from the
Is that Duck? Is that Duck? That looks a lot like Duck, bro.
East side that Wooski's brother Lowski was part of. While the two were sitting in the vehicle, the car was reportedly approached by two suspects who would open fire on D-Money and Lil Deuce, shooting D-Money once whilst hitting Deuce multiple times in the chest, with both of them being transported to the University of Chicago Medical Center, where they would unfortunately both be pronounced dead.
We're told it was around 12:39 Wednesday morning when a 19-year-old man and a 25-year-old woman were sitting inside of a parked vehicle. Police are saying the two suspects fired shots, hitting the 19-year-old man multiple times in his chest. The 25-year-old woman was shot once in her torso. Both were taken to UFC emergency room where they were pronounced dead. As of right now, no one is in custody, but Area 3 detectives are now.
Yo, real quick, I just want to say I don't condone none of this shit. I'm just reacting to it. And RIP to everybody who died in all these situations.
Investigating this. If you have any information that could lead to an arrest, police would like you to contact them immediately. For now, we're here in the Mary Nook neighborhood. I'm Glenn Marshall, WGN News.
This is another one of the rumors regarding Jeff's alleged body count that seems to have very little proof going for it, and many drill fans on places like Reddit and chiraqology have seemed either confused about this rumor or have straight up denied it, with one of the few pieces of evidence used to justify this claim being a post made by Jeff on April 2024 when he would quote an unreleased King Von song whilst adding 10 emojis after the lyrics, with many fans considering this as Jeff literally listing all 10 of his supposed victims,
with number 7 of the emojis being a so-called woman's hat emoji. This emoji then supposedly being a reference to D-Money.
Interestingly, Jeff would actually seemingly go back and edit this count.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. Okay. Alright, hold on. So look, all these emojis. Wait, so is he talking about like different people's look? That's like just anybody. A military person? A magician? Like, who the fuck did... Okay, this is insane. What the fuck? I didn't even know about this.
Switching the hat emoji to a princess emoji, making it even more obvious that he was indeed seemingly referring to a female victim. The so-called rescue worker's helmet emoji next to it, on the other hand, is much more open for interpretation, with one possible option being that the emoji's red color actually refers to the Black Pea Stones, who were known to rep the color red, with Foster Park, where Lil Deuce was from, actually being a Black Pea Stone stronghold.
Or alternatively, Deuce could be symbolized by the crown emoji on either side of the princess emoji, crown being one of the symbols used.
I don't know what this motherfucking British ass dude talking about, like he know anything about gangs and shit. Like, come on, stop playing.
By the People's Nation gang alliance that the Black Pea Stones belongs to. In fact, in a tribute video for Lil Deuce posted on his Instagram story after his death, his family can be seen putting crown decorations on top of a cake for his 20th birthday. Following the death of D-Money, Jeff would also boast on
Holy shit, bro, my monitor is like pretty big, and I just see Jeff like in my face.
On top of a cake for his 20th birthday.
Following the death of D-Money, Jeff would also boast on social media how the Bloodhounds were killing everyone, including women and kids.
Hey, little Fredo, what you want, little cuz? I still love you, folk, but it's like my little brother feel how he feel, and I'm around with him right or wrong or dead wrong, you know that. So it is what it is, folk. I wish y'all the best of luck, but we do spank ass, and you know this personally. For real, we really kill kids, bitch. If it get to that point, make me mad enough, mamas will start getting all type of my shit on right. My shit really up and purse fuck with my head. Face ass,
holy
neck
shit.
ass, back ass.
It's also worth noting that D-Money was
Kids is crazy. That's fucking wild.
seemingly close with numerous members of Trap City and would do stuff like promote their music and wish them a happy birthday on their social media. Moreover, some people close to D-Money, such as the rapper Flame, who is also from the SDL EBT Gyro
I knew that was fucking Duck right there. Bro, I knew it, bro.
City and Taekwon World areas, would seemingly diss Lil Jeff following his death.
There was also seemingly some kind of connection between Jeff and Lil Deuce, as the two were actually following each other on Instagram.
But while these two victims seem like wild rumors at best, the next two are commonly believed to be the work of Jeff and the other Bloodhounds, with these two victims in many ways launching Jeff into the spotlight and helping him rise to become one of the most infamous names in modern Chicago drill, as well as being one of the most ruthless shootings the west side of Chicago had ever seen.
This beat hard.
To understand the events that would take place in early 2024, we likely have to go all the way back to the early days of the young Bloodhounds. As I mentioned before, out of the three main rappers associated with the Bloodhounds, Jeff, Q50, and Vert, it appears that Vert...
I'm skipping this shit. That don't matter that much.
side of Chicago, more specifically a hood known as the Jungle, which is located in the near West Side neighborhood close to the United Center, which is home to both the Chicago Bulls NBA team and the Chicago Blackhawks NHL team. The relationship between Vert and his friend from Jungle would continue into their adult years, with Vert seemingly taking trips with the members from Jungle as recently as 2021. There's also a vlog from 2022 by YouTuber J Global Visuals, where Vert can be seen hanging out in the Jungle's hood with them.
Real stuff, man. All the ops, man. No, man. Jungle life, man. We was never known to go. Never. Ever. Jungle life, man. Father that man. Turn the camera. This real live right now.
Damn.
All the ops got killers from where? GDK, same K, TBLK, whatever they say. The whole West Side thing, what up?
The members from the Jungle, on the other hand, are known to be closely affiliated with another close by set called BKN, also known as Nitty Block, named after a Jungle member called Frank Nitty, or Sosa Nitty, real name Frank Looney Jr., who was killed in 2019. It appears that eventually Jeff 2, or Sosa Nitty, real name
Cop slams into ambulance responding to shooting that killed 1 and wounded 2. What the fuck?
named Frank Looney Jr., who was killed in 2019. It appears that eventually Jeff 2 would get close with the Jungle and BKN, with some videos still existing online showing him hanging out with them on their block. Unfortunately, as the rumor goes, the relationship between the Bloodhounds and BKN or Jungle would eventually go sour, after members of the BKN would allegedly turn on them and rob Jeff for some watches, with BKN then, according to chiraqologists, hopping on Instagram Live to gleefully show their alleged $50,000 bounty and the 2 guns that were used to take them.
Yeah. What did it say? Ain't coming like, look, tell the op. We talking about stop. You take the show for him.
We got like 50K, damn! That fake AP they got. I just turned off car.
In the video, they showed off 2 stolen watches and an iced out chain. And funnily enough, one of the watches was seemingly one of those fake iced out watches designed to look like an iced out AP watch, like the one from the coffin video, with Redditors seemingly noticing that one of these watches was almost certainly an imitation AP, which was in fact an AP tribute by fashion watch company GLD, which currently retails for less than $700. And this is something
That's still a lot of fucking money for a fake ass watch, man. No cap.
That the thieves would actually point out in their video, ironically mocking the target of their robbery for having a fake AP.
Stop wearing that. Stop fake. Stop wearing that fake. Tell her I'll start wearing that fake.
Fake AP they got down there, man. Y'all ain't
Fake.
I just turned.
While the other watch was just a plain Jane Cartier Santos, which if real would be worth as little as $3,000, along with a matching chain that reads Bartier, which I guess would make sense for the Bloodhounds if they were swapping the C's with B's like old school Bloods when they were buying a chain to match the Cartier watch. But clearly, this was no when the poop and
Take a bullet at the top of the staircase first off. The nigga then ran. I look up, the nigga taking off down the stairs with 5 more extra. I'm like, damn, I thought it was gangster. The whole time I'm right there still working with him. I'm telling them we could keep this gangster and be gangster, and I respect it's gonna be what it's gonna be. Just keep this gangster. It's one gangster.
Then, on January the 20th, a Chicago-based YouTuber, Word from the Trenches, would upload a vlog where he hangs out with the BKN members in their hood, with this vlog also including a member called Monty, who also goes by the name Drench, or Czar, and who would allegedly be one of the people involved in Lil Jeff's robbery.
Pull it up.
Who that? Dren, show 2 feet B no shit, really the whole 4L gang.
Murder.
All kids, they down. I'm done giving kids passes. It's a wrap. You know that if I get mad enough, the will start happening. And y'all know this by now. I went black for like a week and poof, gotta go. After that one, poof, I came back, poof. I don't let them though.
In April, he would make the now infamous Instagram post of him holding a picture of 2 hats with the description supposedly symbolizing each of his victims with a different emoji, with the last 2 emojis being those of a graduation cap, another rather obvious reference to the fact that Monty and Lil Rob were killed while leaving their high school. Also, seemingly around this time, Jeff would post a cryptic story on IG of his phone screen with the date 13th of January, which would have been almost exactly 2 weeks before the murders of Monty and Lil Rob. In the story, Jeff says that he never wants to feel like he felt that day, and that after whatever happened that day, he made a promise to himself never to forget, and that it's been 4 months since he stood on business. plus then some. Vert too was seemingly participating in the
the
dissing,
fuck,
releasing a song
bro?
and music video titled Out West, with Vert, of course,
He said they gotta go, and he was doing some shit. Wow, that's fucking crazy. What the fuck? This shit's actually mind blowing, bro. I can't believe this is real. Like, this seems like a fucking movie. This is real life. Wow.
seemingly having a long and personal connection with the West Side sets, Jungle and BKN, that had now come to an end. Just like his long affiliation with Trap City had come to a says that you're not a true killer and is having gone missing, to which the Bloodhounds reply by saying that they have no idea about any watches, whilst Q50 adds that Jeff doesn't even like watches.
They definitely wanted me to ask you, like, do y'all be safe out here? It was some situation they wanted me to ask about, like with some watches or something came up missing.
About who?
Like somebody or some watch or something from over here probably got took or something.
Jeff know he did that shit.
Don't even like watches, phone. We take that shit, folks.
The conversation then turns to Z-Money, with Jeff and Q50 showing off their Z-Money tattoos before Q50 starts his trademark clapathon and describing the get back for Z-Money as relentless, before adding that the same things they cried about, their ops died about.
Bro, this
So
shit
how do
hurt my
y'all move out
eyes.
here? Everybody probably see y'all got the Z-Money tattoo on your face. It's probably real noticeable.
You know that.
You see,
That's that
related.
That's that get back from my man.
That's that get back for my man. That's that get back for my man.
Y'all basically let us know who that is too. We see y'all keep his name alive every chance y'all get.
That's cuz. That's our cousin, folks. Me and folks' cousin.
You see, for them, see those real sandbox, baby.
Let us know like the impact he had on the hood that he.
You see it tattoo on my face. You see that? Hey, look, relentless. Relentless.
It's brothers.
That's like that. Look, hey, look, the same.
To Jow song and Statier. Cluck, meaning a funk.
To where y'all
Monster the infamy in the streets.
Bloodhound Lil Jeff got 10 bodies. I say, okay, well, he can't be in Iraq then. This must be, you feel me, in the UK. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about the real Bloodhound Lil. Just watch this on.
So
It was whatever y'all call it.
about that. I thought you was saying I was trying to get high.
will drop a vlog about their LA trip. Back to Chicago for Scoom's birthday party, with his birthday being on Sunday the 12th of May. Whilst birthday on the 12th of May, another young man would lose his life. This man being a 22-year-old named Khalil Dunbar. News report away from Cage. So he would also make his official head seemingly back to LA to the 26th of May. After allegedly catching his 11th body, where Jeff once again aimed these being the music video for the song LAX, released on May the 28th. The song itself being a tribute to the city that Jeff returned to after allegedly catching his 11th body, where Jeff once again aims disses at Monty, saying how he turns Czar into Czar, with this being an obvious play on one of Monty's nicknames being Czar, and with Czar also referring to a strain of high-grade cannabis, as well as likely being a reference to the vlog, where Monty himself says they call him Czar, and he'll smoke your dumb ass like some Czar.
Hey, y'all already know my name. Zah, they call me Zah. Smoke your dumb like some Zah.
The song itself racked up 25,000 views in its first day of uploading, which isn't superstar numbers, but telling of a genuinely engaged core fan base that Jeff was cultivating at the moment. Jeff was showing potential in music, but his lyrics were so demonic, it was hard to imagine his story ending any other way than tragedy. And unfortunately for him, soon he would end up in the sort of situations that he always rapped about putting other people in. And just like his ops, soon the whole world will be logging onto the internet to see the demise of the latest killer drill rapper in 4K. Lil Jeff's strategy of bragging about his insane body count in his songs and acting wild in his interviews was picking up steam. He'd already been going viral for his clip sniffing a pill on DJU, and on the 1st of June, a YouTuber called Blender Bars dropped a video that was reposted on Reddit claiming that Lil Jeff had indeed claimed his 11th body during his LA trip, claiming that he indeed did a drill between these two trips to Los Angeles, and being one of the earliest exposés of Lil Jeff's staggering stats as a Chicago gang assassin.
He claimed to have 10 bodies at least. And we have lyrics to match up with 2 of the bodies that he proudly claims after the ops.
I don't like this guy's voice, bro. I didn't go
Supposedly
hold
hit
you.
a lick for some of his watches.
By June the 3rd, his music video for the track Should Have Saw It had 199,000 views, passing 200k the following day. Jeff was having the motion in music, and whilst this was only the beginning, he clearly had a lot of potential in the rap game. Unfortunately, however, as he often rapped himself, he was always more focused on the streets than the music, and only a few days later, he would end up on the wrong side of the sort of drills he usually was dishing out on the streets. On the 8th of June 2024, everything came crashing down for Lil Jeff and the Bloodhounds in dramatic fashion. After countless lyrics about jumping out of the car as soon as he sees his ops and shooting at them, the 8th of June was a day like no other. And in surveillance footage that was later leaked, we saw this was another day when Jeff, Q50, and another man indeed caught one of their ops, jumping out of the car outside of an address on South Rhodes Avenue, a street that Jeff and his friends had boastfully rapped about shooting up numerous times before. In the footage, if you look at the very top left of the frame, you can see a door of a car opening. This is Lil Jeff jumping out of the car, and he immediately begins shooting at a man wearing bright yellow shorts who ducks behind a car and runs up a porch into a house whilst being chased by Jeff, who continues shooting at him. He would then seemingly be chased by Jeff wearing a black Nike Tech hoodie and grey Nike Tech joggers and pointing a gun, with Jeff doing something that he had indeed rapped about doing numerous times, chasing an op into their own home. But at this point, Lil Jeff got something he didn't bargain for, as someone inside the house would begin to open fire on Jeff, neutralizing him before he even made it up the steps, sending him flying back onto the ground at the bottom of the porch. And here on the ground, Jeff was reportedly shot numerous times, with the implication being that his shooters emptied a whole magazine into him from atop the porch. Then we would see another angle from a different camera which recorded the sounds of the shots being—
a whole mag? Yo, I heard he got shot 19 times. 19! What the fuck? A whole clip is crazy, bro.
Fired into Jeff, as well as showing Q50 and another shooter, as well as the driver on the hit behind Jeff, walking to the porch and returning fire, with Q50 seemingly shooting at a passing car for some reason, likely in this moment earning himself an attempted murder charge. Some have suggested that the original target that Jeff had chased was talking to the person driving in the car that Q50 was shooting at as it drove past. Meanwhile, once the driver of the getaway car notices that Jeff has actually been killed on the ground, getting out to look, before all the men realize that it's too late to save Jeff, running back to the car, getting in and fleeing the scene without Jeff, as shots continue to hit Jeff laying on the ground. Interestingly, another camera angle would later surface, showing that when Q50 initially ran towards the porch, he slipped over and fell as he tried to let off shots, injuring his ankle, with Q50 being seen with a limp as he ran back to the car. And while Jeff was laying on the ground, he would reportedly be hit 19 times, and an insane total of 58 shell casings would ultimately be found at the scene of the shootout. And after it all went down, reports of the shooting would begin to circulate on Twitter, and police scanner audio would describe a chaotic scene. A later video by YouTuber Loyalty and Betrayal would actually do a full breakdown of the scanner audio.
302 Sam, we're hitting 12 rounds, 6639 South Roads.
Straight 10. Anybody go in there, be careful, this might be crossfire.
And, yep. Per 310, anybody heading over there to Roads, use caution because this may be crossfire, and now we getting a person shot. 6647 South Roads.
306 Sam, we got multiple casings, 6641 South Roads, on the front porch and the sidewalk.
Multiple shell casings, 6641 South Roads, on the front and the sidewalk on the front.
This is sad, but this is what happens when, like, you know, you do this shit. You know, I think I don't fuck with the streets. You know, man, I don't play about none of that, cause bro, like, you never know, like, and it's not worth it. It's not fucking worth it. You know what I mean? It's stupid. Gang wars are stupid. Like, stop fucking killing people, gang. Just leave it. Like, it's sad, but like, he did the same shit to other people. Like, so I'm not even gonna say it's deserved, but like, bro, like, you gotta stop. Like, these people just, I don't know, man.
Porch as well, 6641 South Roads. Alright, they saying somebody's doing a self-transport right now. They telling my partner on the phone. We trying to figure out what car took them. 306 Adam.
Yeah, 306 Adam. One of the residents at 6641 says they threw a guy in a car and they're on their way to the hospital. I got some.
Oh, they picked up Jeff, put him in the car? Oh, shit.
Blood drops on 6641.
Black SUV, Adam Lincoln King, 3937, Wisconsin Place, just dropped off a victim at UFC. They're going northbound on Maryland. It's a black SUV with Wisconsin Place, Adam Lincoln King, 3937, northbound Maryland. For a black SUV, Adam Lincoln King, 3937 with Wisconsin Place, they just dropped off a victim at UFC that was shot. And that vehicle stolen.
Footage would later circulate showing the Chicago police combing the crime scene, placing a whole bunch of evidence markers where the many shell casings had been left. But interestingly, at the crime scene, Jeff's body was notably absent. That's because apparently Q50 and the other man seemingly took Jeff's body to the hospital after the shootout, somehow managing to spin the block, coming back and retrieving Jeff's body from the porch where he died without taking any more bullets themselves. An image would later go around online which seemingly showed Q50 and the other man carrying Jeff's body into the hospital. But it didn't take long for the dust to settle on the actual shooting before the footage of the shooting began circulating on Reddit's chiraqology subreddit, where many were quick to give their perspective on this wild modern-day shootout captured on camera, with many suggesting that Jeff and the Bloodhounds had actually underestimated their opposition and ended up outgunned after being overzealous. As one commenter put it, honestly, the video puts it more out of the actual perspective of what it looked like in real life, because cameras only see a certain angle. They actually were only like 20 foot behind him, with the car being like 80 foot at most. They were behind him, he just ran ahead and got overzealous and got blasted for it. Hindsight is 20/20, my G. Granted, they did turn back the minute they realized there was more opposition than they thought, but by that point, they were in a full-blown shootout. Dude in the red got hit, and they were in the middle of the road with only cars for cover. Once they realized they were outgunned and got to the car, is when Jeff got fully overkilled, and the dude in the white saw it all and let the switch off a few times in a futile attempt. No one's fault but Jeff, and he literally got instant karma. For those that knew Lil Jeff and his activities in the streets, they would know what was to come next. The day he got instant karma. For those that knew Lil Jeff,
look at this dude, bruh.
And his activities in the streets, they would know what was to come next. The day after his death, on the 9th of June 2024, Jeff's close family members and friends would react to his death with heartbreak, with some saying that they were staring at his picture in disbelief and saying that his brother Jay Boogie is going to lose his mind when he finds out the news. Jeff's dad posted throwback images of Jeff with his half-brothers together with the caption, "F the world." Q50 would say that his brother and twin is gone, but he's already done crying and planning to do exactly what Jeff told him to do. Vert would later discuss how Jeff's death affected him in a DJU interview where he seemed a little intoxicated and slurring, explaining that everything was still going on.
We saw, I guess, what happened on camera or whatever. Lil Jeff lost his life. How has that affected you, since?
It's brother, it's my twin. You know, I don't feel that shit hurt. It's my brother, you know? Yeah. But it's like, I can't stop. For what? I'm gonna stop for. They want me to be stopped. They want me, Yeah. This shit don't stop. Shit all gonna still go on. Brother gonna live through us, It's my brother. I feel with a big face pendant on my shorty. You hear me? So I'm on right there.
At some point, a vigil and balloon release was held in Jeff's honor, and a day later, on the 10th of June, a Bloodhound member would say that all the ops saluted Jeff for the work he put in on the streets and hinted towards revenge coming soon. And Jeff's dad would even respond on Facebook with an eerie post, saying, "Let it be known, YALL didn't get him, he came trying to get YALL, and what happened happened. But the saga continues, clear the streets." With some in the comments in disbelief that a father would be talking about his son like he was one of his homies in the gang, branding Jeff's father a goofy who actually failed his child. But Jeff's dad wasn't the only person with a connection to Jeff acting tough online. On the 18th of June 2024, a Bloodhound member says that they are the reason that the ops merch it on their friends. Then, on the 22nd of June 2024, Lil Jeff's funeral would take place, and images would circulate on social media showing the flower arrangements in the funeral program, as well as pictures of Jeff in his casket going around online, whilst others shared supposed buttons giving out which called Jeff the Reaper. His girlfriend would seemingly drop the Y in front of his flower arrangement, and a moving tribute would be passed around from the service, which would tell all the details of his life, apart from the most salacious ones. It read, "Jeffrey Lamar Harris, affectionately known as Lil Jeff, was born on July the 14th, 2002, at 11 a.m. to Latasha Lucas and Jeffrey Harris in Chicago, Illinois. From the moment he arrived, Jeffrey was a happy, intelligent baby who loved to laugh and bring joy to those around him. Jeffrey began his educational journey at CICS Longwood and graduated from Harold Washington Elementary School. He continued his studies at Kersey Metropolitan High School, graduating in 2020, and later took online classes at Daly College. Basketball was one of Jeffrey's greatest passions, and he spent his summers playing with AAU and dedicated his free time to the court, continuing his basketball career through his junior year of high school. Another favorite pastime was video gaming, where his friends fondly remember his eyes being glued to the screen. Lil Jeff was known for his deep affection and kind-hearted nature. He had a generous spirit, always willing to give his last to someone in need, and his silly side showed through his jokes and funny stories, leaving a lasting impression on anyone who spent time with him. Music was another of Jeffrey's passions, and his talent in analyzing and performing music earned him a record deal. His suave sense of style ensured that he was always in the latest fashion and newest shoes. Family was everything to Jeffrey, and he adored his niece, Ja'ala. He was always drawn back home, craving his mother's affection. Jeffrey was truly the life of the party, bringing joy to his family and friends. In 2021, Jeffrey met Peyton and they became inseparable. Despite their growing pains, their love for each other was deep and genuine, with Peyton holding a special place in his heart. Jeffrey performed his last concert and walked into eternity on June the 8th, 2024. He was preceded in death by his grandmother Regina and loving cousins Jamarion and Zaire. And Jeffrey leaves behind to cherish his memory, his mother Letitia, and his father Jeffrey Sr., his grandmother Sherry, his aunts Tequila, Nikia, Tisha, Alicia, Deneen, his uncle Brandon, his brothers John, Jakari, Tradari, his nieces Aubrey and Jaya, and his girlfriend Peyton, and a host of family, friends, and loved ones. Thank you for attending his last concert. Long live Lil Jeff. But the funeral wouldn't be without drama, however. Apparently, a fight would break out between some women who had been attending the service, with clips circulating online amid rumours that Jeff's girlfriend and his side chick had been involved in an altercation. Whilst Jeff had been laid to rest, the beef was far from over, and disrespect would still fly from surviving members. The apparently made a mural for Jeff, with 8-Tray Mob members recording themselves destroying it, followed by reports that 2 men from 8-Tray Mob were shot in retaliation within 3 hours. But despite Lil Jeff no longer being a threat on the streets, his music would continue bringing his murderous energy to the streets of Chicago, even after life.
There you go, man. There you have it. That was that shit, man. Bloodhound Lil Jeff, Chicago legend of viral Crashout, man. That last part was honestly really, really sad. When he was reading the fucking paper, that shit was actually pretty sad. But yeah, man. I mean, I just want to tell y'all, stop fucking with the streets. It's not worth it. You feel me? It's not. You see what happened to everybody. Like, it's stupid. Like, it's really stupid to do. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying about it. This video is absolutely crazy. I could not believe all this shit really happened. It feels so fake, but it's really real, and it's really fucked up. So yeah, man, please like, comment, subscribe. I'm almost to 1,000. I think I'm at like around 850 right now. So if y'all can help me get to 1,000, I'd appreciate that shit. Comment down below what you want next. I can react to some Lil Jeff music videos, songs, whatever you guys want me to do. I love you guys. Thank you for watching. I love you guys.